Movie buffs, welcome back to the Movie Bay. In today's video, we're going to take a look at everything in my collection starring Patrick Wilson. Patrick Wilson is a pretty decent actor. He's not one of my favorites. He is in a lot of good movies, and he's a pretty decent actor. You know a lot of the actors that I've showcased, a lot of them was my favorites. He's not one of my favorites. He's good enough. He's a good enough actor, and he's been in some great movies. And he's, again, like I said, he's a solid actor. Without further ado, let's dive in and take a look at 20 films in my collection starring Patrick Wilson. Starting with, you got Kerry Washington, Samuel L. Jackson, and Lakeview Terrace. Lakeview Terrace is a hell of a movie. Sam Jackson plays a dirty cop in this one. Not so much a dirty cop, a dirty person. He plays pretty much a racist, a bigoted black guy who lives on this street, Lakeview Terrace, and an interracial couple moves into the house right across the street from his, and he has a real problem with it. Not sure why, he just has a real problem with this young interracial couple living across the street from him. It's a really good movie, Lakeview Terrace. I don't know if you guys heard of this one or not, but it's a good movie. Definitely. Not quite a banger, but it's good. We have Insidious. This started a whole chain of movies. Insidious, I do believe it's 5 movies in the Insidious timeline. 1, 2, 3, Last Key, and The Red Door, which was trash. So yeah, 5 movies, starting with this one. And I think this is probably the second best one. I like this one in part 2 the most. But yeah, Insidious, a really good movie. Really good movie. Borderline banger. Then we got The Conjuring 2. Now, again, he's in 2 horror universes, the Insidious universe and the Conjuring universe. So, yeah, the Conjuring 2, this is my favorite of the Conjurings. I like the first one, but this is my favorite of the Conjurings. Fantastic. And then we have Insidious Chapter 2. Insidious Chapter 2. Then we have the original Conjuring. I really dug this movie a lot. One of my favorite horrors, this and The Conjuring 2. I think The Conjuring 2 edges that one out just a little bit. Like I would say on a scale of 1 to 5, The Conjuring first one would be 4.5. Is that close? And then 2 would be 5. Then we have The A-Team. I spoke on this movie when I did the Liam Neeson collection. And I got to say, I really didn't have a problem with the casting in this movie. I had a problem with just the way the movie flowed. I didn't like the flow of the movie. The casting was spot on, in my opinion. But, I don't know, it lacked some of the panache of the original A-Team. But overall, it was a solid watch. I'm not going to say it's a good one or a bad one. It's a solid watch. If you throw this on, if you're looking for something to watch that you haven't seen before and you're looking for something to watch, you won't be too disappointed by this one. But if you are one like me who grew up on the original A-Team, you'll see that it's good, but you'll see something is missing from this. And I know it's hard to kind of do something based on a series that ran for seasons into one movie. I know it's hard to get it, but I don't know. Again, not a bad movie. Just, I don't know, it's missing something. Here's one, Prometheus. I didn't care too much for this one, and neither did a lot of people. This is like a black eye on the whole alien thing that they was doing. I mean, I'm not going to say it was horrible. I got movies that's horrible. This isn't horrible. It's just, it's real passable. And Annabelle Comes Home. This is a good Annabelle movie. It's not the best one. I still say Annabelle Creation is the best one, but this one isn't bad. Zipper, we got Patrick Wilson, Lena Hardy, John Cho, Ray Winston, and Richard Dreyfuss. This one was all right. It's a pretty decent movie. The Nun, it got a lot of flack, well-deserved. It wasn't really all that great, but again, I've seen worse. And then they came out with The Nun 2. I'm not really sure why they did that. I don't think none of the fans of this universe asked for Nun 2, but we got a Nun 2. There's still a lot of characters to be explored in that universe, and I'm surprised he didn't spotlight any of them, because the Warrens, they got a whole room of demonic things, demonic little trinkets that they could have started, doing movies about, but they chose to do a Nun 2 that nobody really asked for. It is what it is. Michael Keaton in The Founder. The Founder. Of course, Patrick Wilson. This is a Patrick Wilson collection. Midway. This one caught some flack too. I liked it. It was okay. I thought it was, I understand what this movie was all about, and to me, it was more to the point than Pearl Harbor. I think Pearl Harbor was the better movie, but this one got right down to the point. Pearl Harbor was unnecessarily long, but it was shot beautifully. For those who liked the story was good. I think that they could have cut maybe a half hour, 40 minutes out of that movie, and it would have tightened it up. This was okay. This was a strong okay. The Watchmen. Very, very solid movie. Very solid. The Conjuring 3. This is the weakest of the Conjuring movies. This is one that I wish they didn't do. I wish they would have just not have done this movie. It was just that bad. And it's a shame because The Conjuring 1 and 2, they were excellent. Actually, they were bangers, to be honest with you. 1 and 2 were bangers. This, again, I mean, you could watch this one, but it just wasn't, it wasn't up to snuff. Insidious, The Last Key, again, another one. This was bad, and it wasn't up to snuff. This isn't even okay. This is a bad movie, and it just wasn't up to snuff. The Commuter, starring our boy Liam Neeson. The Alamo. Insidious, The Red Door. Yo, what the hell was they thinking with this? This was, and again, the Insidious universe, you got 1, 2, and 3. They were really good. 3 was, you started seeing the decline, but not really. 3 was still really good. The Last Key, then they came back with this. I thought this one was going to be a return to form for the Insidious franchise, but it was bad. It wasn't good. It was bad. I'll go ahead on record and say I think Last Key might have even been better than this one. It was just that bad. And it's a shame because Insidious 1, 2, and 3 were pretty good. 1 and 2 being excellent, 3 being strong okay. So, then we have Aquaman, The Last Kingdom. The Lost Kingdom. I'm sorry, guys, not last. The Lost Kingdom. And then we have Aquaman. So that's all the movies that I got starring Patrick Wilson. Again, like I said, he's a solid actor. Solid enough. Everything he does is pretty solid. He's not somebody who I'm wowed by their performances, but his performances are solid. So let's go ahead. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Insidious, The Red Door. The Alamo. This was actually pretty good. The Commuter. Insidious, The Last Key. The Conjuring 3. Watchmen. Midway. The Founder. The Nun. Zipper. Annabelle Comes Home. I think Annabelle Creation is definitely the best of the Annabelle movies. Definitely the best one. Prometheus. The A-Team. The Conjuring. Insidious Chapter 2. The Conjuring 2. Absolute banger. For real. Insidious. Banger. And Lakeview Terrace. Good, strong movie. Just a little short of a banger, but a good movie. So that's everything starring Patrick Wilson. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.